Good morning. This morning we'll be telling the stories of the third and the fourth weeks of Advent. The church sets aside 4 weeks every year for us to come closer to the great mystery of Christmas. On the first week of Advent, we remembered the prophets. The prophets who knew so much, and they pointed toward Bethlehem because they knew something amazing was going to happen there. On the second week of Advent, we remembered the Holy Family and their journey on the way to Bethlehem. It was a long journey, and it was a hard journey. And they very well may have been the last ones up the path to the gates. On the third week of Advent, we remember the shepherds. Now, there were many shepherds that night, but we'll just use one. The shepherds were out watching their sheep, keeping them safe from the wolves who might try to steal them away. Now, the shepherds were used to the darkness. They were used to the night sky and the sounds that they might hear. But on this night, up in the sky was the brightest light they had ever seen, and they were so afraid. Their hearts were pounding in their chest. They had no idea what was going on. When they could finally hear something other than the pounding of their hearts, they thought they heard a sound saying, "Don't be afraid." Now, the angels had come to give them a message, and that is also very terrifying. The angel's message sounded something like this: "Don't be afraid. We bring you great tidings, peace to you, and goodwill to everyone. A child is born." Go, run, hurry to Bethlehem and see the child who was born, who is going to change everything. This is the candle for the shepherds. Now, this is a time of a very serious color, blue. Blue, which is a royal color for the kings, because a king is going to be born. But today, our candle is pink, the color of roses, the color of joy. We light this candle to remember that even in our time of preparing, when we're being very serious, it's also a time to be joyful, like the message from the angels, a time for joy and a time to celebrate. Let's enjoy the light from the shepherds. On the fourth Sunday of Advent, we remember the Magi. Now, the three Magi were very, very smart, intelligent people. In fact, they were so smart that some people thought they were magic. And that's where we get the word Magi from. Of all the things that the Magi knew about, they knew about the stars the most. They could look at the stars and tell you when the best time to plant your crops were. They could look at the stars and tell you when the best time to travel or to harvest your crops. When they looked up in the night sky, they saw a wild star, not a star that was on any of their maps. The star seemed to go where it wanted, so they decided to follow it. And it was leading them to Bethlehem. Now, when the Magi arrived in Bethlehem, they were late. And that's because they were coming from so far away. They arrived after the baby was born. And every year, they arrive a little late on January 6th. This is the light of the Magi. Let's enjoy the light of the prophets, the light of the Holy Family, the light of the shepherds, and the light of the three Magi. In this time, when we're preparing for the great mystery of Christmas, may you find hope and love. May you find joy and peace.